Hey there, welcome back to C Squared University. I'm your host, Latasha James, and today we're diving into our version of a social media strategy. It's what we call our blueprint. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of a roadmap or a walkthrough of the strategy that we're going to put in place for you when we get started with your account. So let's dive in. Today, we're going to be talking about Gus Plus Us, which is an adorable live action show for kids. We worked on their strategy, their blueprint, and couldn't be more proud to share it with you. All right, so here's what we've got here. We've got the Gus Plus Us logo and the C Squared logo, and this is the blueprint strategy, like I just explained. So let's go ahead to page 2. The first thing that we have outlined here is the team. As you can see here, we like to have a full team on each of our accounts. We've got a marketing strategist, a business development manager, graphic designer, copywriter, content strategist, and UI and UX designer. Now, this might look a little bit different depending on what all is needed, right? Every client is unique and their needs are unique. So as you can see, we have some website recommendations for this client. So that explains the UI and UX designer. That might not be necessary for everyone. But anyway, we'll hop into the content. Okay, so the first section here is on brand strategy. It's super important to do a little bit of research around positioning and who some of the competitors are. This can really inform a lot of your strategy so that you don't make some of the same mistakes that your competitors are doing, so that maybe you're trying new things that competitors aren't trying. So first, we've got the market positioning here. The show is appealing to parents who intend to homeschool their children but want a wholesome, imaginative option for their child's screen time. It's important that you and your agency are aligned on this. And also, the great thing about hiring an agency is that there are strategists who do research and look at where you can really kind of wedge your way into the market. Because if we're all just saying the same thing, if every single children's live action show is saying the same thing, well, what makes you unique? So your strategists are able to kind of find that place for you to really fit in. Speaking of that, the differentiation part is really important too. There's an emphasis on handmade creativity, exploring the world through whimsy and songs. So, that could be totally different than another show and the other show. And then we've got the audience. So, for this company, it is a children's show, but of course, children are not making their purchasing decisions, right? It's their parents. So mostly men and women ages 25 plus with children ages 3 to 6. And then we've got our overall recommendations here at the bottom. We recommend paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And then we also recommend organic social on Facebook and Instagram. Let's move forward. First, we've got this beautiful mood board. It just is so beautiful and happy, right? I love these colors. This is such a fun brand. So, just giving that visual element, this kind of mimics a feed almost. It kind of gives me an idea of what an Instagram feed would look like, although we go into that in more depth later throughout this report. But anyway, just a nice visual element there. So we have the big idea listed out here in the text. We've got bright, fun fonts, textures, accents, kind of a hand-drawn DIY look and feel. Imagery is going to be focused on the characters behind the scenes and the guests that come on the show. We've got some more look and feel stuff here with brand representation. So this is the current brand representation. We've got the fonts listed here and then the colors with their hex codes, and just again some representation with the visuals on the right hand of the side of the screen. Then we've got our brand voice, or our recommended brand voice. So tone and voice are essentially how your copy, your words come alive on the page or on the screen. That's how I like to describe them. So, some brands are going to be very academic, very serious, very professional. This brand, of course, is going to be warm, friendly, fun. Maybe we would add casual in here. We don't want this to sound too stuffy. It's got to appeal to little kids and to their parents who are looking to have fun and hang out with their kids. So, we want this to be really casual, really friendly, really warm. We also have some examples of the voice here. So Gus Plus Us is a heartwarming children's adventure show featuring a whimsical cast of puppets and a girl named Lucy. This show explores the world with curiosity and creativity. So this is just an example of the copywriting style and the voice that we'll be using. And that's all thanks to the wonderful copywriter on the team. As we mentioned, there's lots of different team members involved in putting this together and in turn actually executing these initiatives. So that's always helpful. Okay, so the next section here, we're going to talk about the advertising plan and what we have come up with for them. First, we've got some competitor ads. It's always helpful, again, just to see what the competitors are doing, just so you can see what's working for them before you dive all in and, spend money on something that maybe isn't going to perform. But as we can see, some of these key players like Paw Patrol Live, like Peppa Pig, like Noggin by Nick Jr., they are seeing success using Facebook ads. So that's a pretty good indicator that we can make that recommendation for our client as well. Then we've got some buyer personas. So buyer personas are essentially just like a composite of who is most likely to purchase your product or service. So share anything that you can about this person's personality, about their interests, about their, demographic information. Are they male? Are they female? Is there a particular age group that they fall into? Is there a geographic location that they tend to live in? All of this information can really help with ad targeting so that we know who to reach, but it can also help with organic content as well. If we are speaking mostly to women ages 25 through 30, we might take a particular creative direction that we don't take for men ages 45 plus. We might use different colors, different fonts, different video types. Everything could be very different. So we've got homeschool mom Heather here, who's a stay-at-home awesome mom. She's married, she's a homeowner, she's 35 and has 2 kids. They're 2 and 7. Her goals are to create an unconventional learning environment based around creativity. And with such a full plate, she's always looking for more educational and entertaining resources and activities for her kids. That's her bio. And then her interests and activities are healthy lifestyle, arts and crafts, homeschooling, wild and free, Charlotte Mason. And then we've got some persona targeting information over here on the right, online interests, homeschooling, hip homeschooling moms, practical homeschooling. You get the idea there. All right, then we've got Streaming Susan here, who's a project coordinator. She's married, she's a homeowner, she's 42 with 3 kids, and she has a college degree. Her goals are to find new activities for her family. She's an avid user of social media, especially Facebook, and she likes to explore new recipes. She subscribes to several streaming platforms, and a common family time activity is watching TV together. Susan's also a social media user and frequently looks to her social media feed for new products, activities, and shows. Her interest in activities are streaming services, gardening, and blogging. And again, we've got some of those online interests for persona targeting, like parents with early school-aged children, parents of preschoolers, parents of toddlers, Netflix, Hulu, etc. This is all stuff that we've done research on, or the strategy team has done research on before putting this together to see, what interests are available to target on Facebook's platform or Instagram ads or wherever we plan to run these ads. So we've got some more custom audience data. Again, that's going to be our strategy team doing this research here. We've got, homeschooling, extreme confidence, just some more detailed visuals of who exactly we're going to be targeting on social media. Then we've got some ad mockups. I think, this is always nice to see what your agency is actually going to be running for you, so you can be sure that you're aligned on the visual direction and all of that. So first, we've got the headline, Spark Imagination, Watch Gus Plus Us. The copy says, explore a creative new world featuring cute handmade characters named Gus and Carrot, along with their human friend Lucy. Next ad, Meet Gus, Carrot, and Lucy. Stream now. We've got a little bit of a different creative direction there. And then we've got some copy there, which is a little bit different as well, that you could read through if you would want to. And then we're showing A/B testing. So this is really important. And this is something that the C-Squared team does really well, if I may say so myself. But it's important to, test different things against one another. So I might personally prefer ad 2. Let's just say that's my personal preference, but it's important to run at least one additional option when you're running an ad so you can see what the audience responds best to, because I don't speak for the entire audience, right? So we've got that first ad option with the adorable child, the adorable character. Some people might respond more to that. We also see that the text is placed differently on these ads. So, just important that we let our clients know that we're going to be A/B testing to make sure that we're getting the best results for them and getting the most responses to their ads. Okay, and then we've got content. Content is such a fun part of this blueprint. So we've got the content feed, and we've got these 4 kind of pillars or buckets of content. So we've got promote, educate, entertain, and inspire. And one of the big mistakes that I see a lot of people make is they just go right into promote, right? We all want to sell our stuff. I get it. That's why we are on social media at the end of the day. But you do have to cycle through those other buckets as well so that you're not just kind of an ad robot, so that you're not just a salesperson. So making sure to add in that educational content, that entertaining and inspiring content is super important. So the C Squared team makes sure that they have a holistic plan for their clients. That really includes a little bit of all of those things. We also have a little hashtag sampling down there based on research again. So then we have some examples of each of our different buckets. So promote, here we go. We've got, this is like a testimonial from a viewer. The copy says children aren't the only fans of Gus Plus Us. Parents are happy to see charming and educational programs on the airwaves. And then we've got the graphic that says I've been searching for more educational shows and I think we hit the jackpot. Entertain. So we've got Meet Gus is the graphic. The copy says Meet Gus, this lovable furry blue puppet approaches life with juvenile wonderment. Follow him and his best friends Carrot and Lucy as they go on adventures, leading to comedic shenanigans and meaningful discoveries. Then we've got Educate. So made with children and parents in mind, Gus Plus Us is full of charm and creativity, engaging and humorous. This live action show features Gus, an endearing puppet, his zany puppet sidekick, and his mentor Lucy explore the importance of good values, personal responsibility, and the incredible wonders that are just outside the door when you watch Gus Plus Us with the whole family. So the copy here just kind of explains what the show is about, and then the graphic kind of gives like that elevator pitch almost, or that key tagline, in a world handcrafted by creativity and imagination, an endearing creature invites you to embark on his melodious adventures fueled by curiosity and discovery, along with his faithful, zany sidekick and a whimsical mentor. Lastly, we've got Inspire. So I love this image here of everybody just dancing and having a good time and being super fun. And the copy just says that Gus Plus Us brings a diverse cast to the screen. The clear representation helps every child watching feel like they're a part of the show. See your child light up as they experience inclusivity from a young age. Who doesn't love that? And lastly here, we've got web development. So social is just a piece of the puzzle. Social is super important, and I love social media. But if your website isn't working properly, you kind of got nothing. You can run into a dead end there. So we definitely look at the web performance and web suggestions as well. So page architecture, we've got this laid out here with some copy and just kind of a mock-up of what the website is going to look like on both desktop and mobile. Very important to look at your website on mobile as well. So that's what's included in the strategy blueprint. Now, something I didn't mention at the top of this episode is that if you move forward with a blueprint, this is yours. So we're going to give you the recommendations that the C Squared team can actually implement for you, which is great. But if you just wanted to kind of pick our brains and get our professional opinion on these things, get some samples of copy and mock-ups and things like that, you can actually take this and run with it yourself as well. So if you're interested in getting a strategy blueprint of your own from the C Squared team, be sure to open up the description box or visit us at csquaredsocial.com. Either way, whether you do or don't, we really hope that this was helpful in just kind of explaining what all goes into developing a digital marketing strategy. It's more than just choosing platforms. It's more than just choosing pretty fonts and colors. I wish it was that simple. Our jobs would be a lot easier, but hey, that's why we're here. So thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of C Squared University. We'll see you next week for a new one, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.